and he has to abide by
But
it.
let's just talk briefly about the language, because actually former Chancellor George Osborne yesterday told Andrew Neil on Channel 4, personally, I think some of the language used on immigration by some Conservatives, not all, is not acceptable. Do you agree with him?
I do agree with that, yes, I absolutely agree with that. I think that Gary Lineker was incorrect using the 1930s. I think the immediate you step into that is stepping into a lot of ahistorical analogies, and it's very provocative. But I'm certainly very concerned about it, and frankly, the overstatements of the Home Secretary are more important than the overstatements of Gary Lineker. So I am concerned about that, and I think it undermines, our status as a welcoming country to use language of that kind.
Right, well, Tom, are you sympathetic to that view? Because there will be people, just like George Osborne, and you've just heard Danny Finkelstein, perhaps referring to the sort of dehumanising language, which is what Gary Lineker was referring to, and that actually there are similarities with language that has been used, whether you find it offensive or not.
Well, people talk about the rhetoric and the rhetoric they've heard, but I'd like those people to come up with the examples of a piece of rhetoric that they've heard, or something they've heard from the government.
Well, invasion is one.
Well, actually, I think tens of thousands of people, mainly young men, illegally entering our country every year. I mean, is that not? It sounds a bit like one to me.
Right, Darren?
I mean, look, this is because the CCHQ, the Tory head office, has been telling its MPs to use these lines because they're using it for political division.
I've been
because
saying
they
this
think,
for 3 years.
Well, you've been saying it wrong for 3 years, might I say so, Tom. But Tory MPs are saying this because there's a political decision that this is in their electoral interest to rile up this issue.